Coming up, I'll be talking about Hocus Pocus 2 and everything that's come to Disney Plus today. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's Friday. It's time to jump in all of today's Disney Plus news. There was so much of it yesterday with National Streaming Day. Disney kind of really went all in. They were having announcements every half an hour yesterday. Though the majority of them we've kind of already heard before or seen things on it, but there was obviously a lot of stuff to go through. The big one that they announced was Hocus Pocus 2 is officially coming to Disney Plus in fall 2020. We knew the movie was officially happening, but it's also been confirmed that the original movie stars, Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy will be reprising their roles as the Sanderson sisters in this comedy sequel. Hocus Pocus 2 will begin production this fall under the direction of Annie Fletcher, who has previously directed The Proposal and 27 Dresses. She will be taking over the directing responsibilities from her friend and colleague Adam Shankman because he's going to be working on Disenchanted, but he will be remaining on the project as an executive producer. It's certainly going to be interesting to see Hocus Pocus 2 arrive on Disney Plus next year, and obviously you can watch the first movie on Disney Plus right now. I think this one's going to be a big hit. So much excitement about this movie. We kind of pretty much already knew that the three actresses were involved. They've been very heavily saying things on social media, hinting at it, and it's not really been going too far away. The actress Thora Birch has also been on social media kind of teasing it, so maybe she's going to be in there as well. But definitely going to be a big one next year, and that'll obviously be arriving around Halloween time for 2020. There's lots of other news from National Streaming Day from Disney. We got to see a new featurette on Luca, another one on Loki, and plus some artwork for Monsters at Work, which will be coming on July the 2nd. And as I said yesterday, we did get the new trailer for The Mysterious Benedict Society, which the first episode will be arriving on Disney Plus on June the 25th. There's also a fun little video for Turner and Hooch, which is going to be coming to Disney Plus on July the 16th. This new series is going to star Josh Peck as Scott. It's going to be a sequel kind of reboot of the Turner and Hooch movie from the 1980s. One of my favourite movies. I really enjoy that one there. So this will be fun. And they kind of strapped a camera to Hooch and sent him around the set, and he was meeting people and stuff. I thought that was great. Nice just to see them do something a little bit different. And then they can kind of do the big teaser trailer a little bit closer to it. But that was pretty cool. There was also another new trailer released yesterday on National Streaming Day for Love Victor Season 2, which will be coming to Hulu on June the 11th, and will be coming to Disney Plus internationally the following week on the 18th, with new episodes dropping weekly. I really enjoyed the first season because it's exclusive on Disney Plus here in the UK, Canada, etc. So that one was pretty cool. There's a little bit of a surprise announcement yesterday, and I'm not too sure quite what's going on with this one. Disney have sold the 20th Century Studio movie Everyone's Talking About Jamie to Amazon. So what's that going to happen is it's all going to be going worldwide on Amazon on September the 17th. This movie has been delayed multiple times due to the pandemic, and Disney have just decided we're going to sell it off. We're not even going to deal with it anymore. They did the same with Woman in the Window, which debuted on Netflix last week. Kind of almost like a bit like, well, why didn't you put that out on Star as a Star original instead, or put it onto Hulu? Now there might be some conflict of contracts in terms of how it was released because of it being on HBO in the US, and also maybe with the partners involved. I think Film 4 were involved with it in the UK, so it might not be as easy. Great for us to all be able to watch it on Amazon if you've got Amazon Prime, and most of us like our shipping. So that was a very interesting move. We're definitely in that kind of weird thing with 20th century movies. Have kind of still got this weird deal with it, because it definitely would have happened with a Disney movie, but at least we're all going to be able to get to see it on Amazon later this year. With it being Friday, not only is there some new content on Disney Plus, we also had some new albums released, and there was 3 of them released today. I'm connected to Disney Plus. We had the original soundtrack to MODOK, which obviously dropped internationally, and had 2 new albums for Cruella. Now the movie comes out next week in cinemas and on Disney Plus Premier Access, but you had the soundtrack and you also had the score. I've got to say the soundtrack is fantastic. Kind of in that territory of, if you like the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtracks, is very much in that, because lots of songs from like the 60s, lots of rock and roll stuff. It's just great stuff, especially a lot of English rock music and stuff, so a lot of fun doing that one. And obviously it is Friday, and that means it's time for some new Disney Plus content. Got lots of new stuff this week. The big one really was new episodes of Inside Pixar. We got 5 new episodes, and we have 4 Disney Plus originals dropping weekly now. So we had new episodes of High School Musical, the musical, the series. We also had The Bad Batch, Big Shot, Mighty Ducks, Game Changers. So I'll be talking about all of them in much more detail on tomorrow's podcast. So you'll find that one on the YouTube channel and on podcast services. Yeah, really good stuff, having all of this different things. Star Originals, loads of stuff internationally as well. So we had a new episode of MODOK, and new episodes will be dropping weekly for that one. Big Sky returned in the UK, Australia, and New Zealand and Ireland, and in other regions as well. Another fantastic series, really enjoying that one, along with new episodes of Solar Opposites. And then down in Australia, they get tons of new stuff as well, with Grey's Anatomy, Station 19, Bob's Burgers, Family Guy, and Genius. So they had loads of stuff to drop things. There was lots of library content as well. Unfortunately, there were some titles that were announced for Australia and Canada. About 5 or 6 titles just did not show up at all, which is disappointing when this happens. It's why I always kind of have to check on a Friday to make sure what they've announced does happen, because this does happen quite a lot. Unfortunately, it's one of those things. I know in the US we were supposed to get the 6th season of Bear Grylls. That looks like that's now pushed to June. It is just annoying that this happens. Also in the US and Canada, they got Tinkerbell and the Legend of the Neverbeast, while Gulliver's Travels arrived in most countries. Big City Greens Season 2 arrived in the US, and Marvel's Fury Files arrived around the world. That one's been taking a while to arrive, and plus the US got Ice Road Rescue Season 5. So there's a few of the highlights of what's been added to Disney Plus today. You can go check out the full listings over at What's on Disney Plus. You kind of got all the different countries there. There's quite a lot of different things arriving all over the place. But let me know what you're going to be watching this weekend. I've just watched new episodes of Solar Opposites and Grownish this morning, along with Bad Batch, because I've already seen some of the Disney Plus originals. But yeah, loads of stuff. We'll be going into a lot more detail on tomorrow's podcast, and on Sunday we'll be doing a live Q&A, plus there'll be a retro review. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe. Also a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships, and I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.